Yeah, one of the more disappointing losses we've had, and give Purdue credit. They did the things that needed to do in the second half. The turnovers, we had 10 of them in the second half, and that really hurt. Never gotten into a rhythm. Our defense was phenomenal. Hold the team to 33% and 12 from the three and lose. We didn't rebound it very well. We have a rule here that the day of every game, we work on free throw cutouts. Now, I think the guy was over our back. I'm anxious to see the film. But I said they cost people games all the time, and that one cost us one. I thought we called the timeout. We told them to, and just had some plays at the end. Thought people were over Rockets' back, but we didn't deserve to win. They deserved to win because they made winning plays, and we had three great free throw shooters, and Aaron, Joey, and Rock each missed the second one of a one or two shot. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Travion Williams. Love the kid, plays hard, keeps his mouth shut, plays well against Michigan and Michigan State, deservingly so. And he was the difference in the game. To guard the three-point line like we did, to do the things we did and not win. That's what happens when you turn the ball over. You never get into a rhythm offensively. And you got to give their defense credit too. So disappointing loss, but we're playing harder, and I'm going to find something positive in it. Not a lot, though. Questions?
We'll start with a question from Stoney.
Yeah, Coach. Hindsight always 2020. Bingham and Sissoko, especially Bingham, played so good in the first half. Do you regret maybe not putting them in the second half? A little defense on Williams when he got hot in the second half at all?
Well, they were moving so much. We had some struggles with those guys on some things that what we didn't want to do is give up a three because we didn't think they could keep beating us with the two. So I don't know, hindsight, I'll look at the film and figure it out. But, a week ago, you guys would ask what the hell Bingham's doing in the game. So I did what I did, and it's all falls on me. So blame me for it. Didn't mean it like that, Stoney, but I'm not in a very good mood.
Okay. It's all right.
Next up, Matt Charbonneau.
Tom, as well as the defense played, I know you went for a stretch about 12 minutes there without a bucket in the second half. I know you couldn't get much of a rhythm, but what was it they were doing that kind of kept? I know you missed some shots, but
the turnovers. Of the 10 turnovers, I think 8 of them were in about that 10-minute span. So we didn't even get any shots. Hit 41 shots for the game, and I thought their defense was part of it, but we turned it over traveling. We made some foolish turnovers, but I don't know. I got to watch the film before I say things I don't really understand and know. I don't know. Maybe their defense was even better than I thought. I thought we took a couple of bad shots. They get you out of control. I thought we did that a little bit, but I don't know. Get to the line and make some of those big free throws late. You box out once, and you still win the game. So it's always been like this. It was a football game on hardwood. It's been that way for 30 some years, and they made the big plays at the end. A couple of loose balls. We said if the ball goes on the floor, we're going to get a timeout. We didn't get it. I don't know. I don't know until I watch the film.
Up next, Chris Solari.
It's not often you see a team get 3 possessions in a 20 seconds, 19-second span that Purdue got there down the stretch. I wondered if you could kind of walk through maybe those last 20 seconds a little bit in terms of what happened.
Well, they got an offensive rebound. That was one. And then they, we had the ball out, and I don't know. I couldn't see. You guys might have saw replays of whether they knocked it out of Rocket's hand. It looked from me like they were over his back. I couldn't see it. So I don't know. I didn't like the call at all. And then they get it in, and Aaron on that one foul, he had the ball almost, and it just basketball gods weren't with us. And there was a couple of those things that were an inch either way, and it went the other way. And you got to give them credit. You got to give Travion credit. He came up with a lot of those. We didn't come up with them. So I don't even know what happened. I know Rockets play. I know the missed free throw. I know them getting it out and getting it out again. I don't know.
Up next, Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Tom, I'll see if I can point out some positives. Michigan State values were on display with the solidarity at the beginning of the game, the solidarity circle. Just touching on the logistics of that and resilience at the end. Do you think your guys were close to being resilient, or were they close, or is it more work to be done with that mental toughness and resilience late in the game?
As far as before the game, I was so sickened by the ridiculous events in Washington, D.C. And when I talked to my team, I made the decision. I just said, maybe a bunch of 20-year-olds can teach a bunch of adults at two teams, and I talked to Matt about it, that have gone head-to-head for 30 years that I've been here, hate each other during the game, but respect each other. I feel sad that our country is so screwed up that these poor kids, what do they got to look forward to? Was that fair what happened there? Was it handled the same way it would have been happened if there were different circumstances? I thought no. And so I said to Matt, hey, let's go out there and show the old people that these young people need role models. They need to look at something and understand it. And I think if Michigan State and Purdue can battle with respect, maybe one day the Democrats and Republicans and whatever other people are out there can start doing what's best for our country instead of what's doing best for themselves. Tonight, I thought both teams did what's best for college basketball and our country and not selfishly for themselves. So hats off to the 20-year-olds. When I talked to my team about it, they were 100% for it. When Matt talked to his team about it, they were 100% for it. So, we lost a tough game, and I really don't want to talk about this, but I do think we blame kids for changing. It's the adults that change. It's the adults that do the things that have been done. And so maybe we better look in a mirror and quit blaming the young people and start blaming us, because it's us that can control some of those things. And that's the only thing we did today. We just felt bad for people doing the destructive things they did. And our 20-year-olds or my own kids have to watch that and think that's normal. That's the way our country is. So that was the only reason for that. As far as the resiliency, we didn't bounce back real good. I mean, we did get back up to a 6-7 point lead, I think. And I mean, they made some plays and we just didn't make plays. And I don't have any blame for anybody. I thought, for the most part, we can't play much harder than we played. But playing hard is only part of the job. You got to play hard, you got to play good, and you got to play smart. And turnovers, have been a problem in the last two games. I knew Purdue's defense, the way they come at you. But our turnovers weren't caused by their defense as much as they were caused by, I think, just some foolish plays. So we'll look at that, see if we can correct it.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Up next, Brendan Quinn.
I feel silly asking a basketball question after that last answer, but when you're in the last handful of minutes there and you stuck with that, with the small lineup, what did you like that they were doing out there? Was it you liked what they were doing, or you were more concerned about going back to one of your fives, if that makes sense?
We just didn't want to give up a three. We didn't feel as comfortable with some of the other guys. Joey had done a good job on him, to be very honest with you, but then he got his fourth foul, and Malik had been playing pretty good, and they ran some stuff, got it high to low, and I thought there was a lot of pushing off both ways, and we didn't want to give up a three, and we were afraid with other bigs we might do that because they were going with Wheeler in there, who's a shooter. So that was the decision I make. Like I said, I'm all good with critical decisions. I'm not like half the people where if I didn't make the right one, I'll man up to it. And if I did make the right one, I'll look at it on film and tell you why. But I'll tell you this, game should have never come down to that. If we don't turn the ball over, if we move the ball like we did the first half, game should have never come down to that. So, and if you cut out on the free throw line, you win, and we don't ask these kind of questions. And yet I don't blame you for asking them when we don't win, because we played well enough to win and we didn't do the things we needed to do. But that is the reason for it. They put big guys in there too, but sometimes our skinny big guys, you got to remember when Markey was in there a lot, Travion wasn't in there as much because he was in foul trouble. And Travion's a load. And we just felt we had, like I said, I thought Joey did a hell of a job on him when he was on him. And he got his fourth foul. And we just went with what we thought. We were worried about free throw shooting, and Monty and Markey aren't as good at free throw shooters. And so that's a decision I made.
How do you feel about the mental makeup of this group right now to bounce back from, high, low, high?
They'll bounce back. Guys were hurt in the locker room. Nobody was mad at anybody, including me. I mean, I told you guys, I thought it would take till the middle of January for us to come around. There's some changes and there's some things that, we got to get straightened out still. We still got to get Joey and Josh. I thought Josh played pretty good, but we took a couple of bad shots there in the second half. And so, I'm not worried about the mental makeup. I'm worried about the schedule. I mean, it doesn't get any easier, but I'm not worried about the mental makeup. This team is not lost. It's not, there's nothing. It's all good. We practice really hard. We were worried about the quick turnaround. We've had 2 9:00 games and coming back. And next week we got a 9 o'clock out and come back Sunday afternoon, But it is what it is. And we just got to play better. We just got to quit turning the ball over so we get some shots. I mean, we were shooting pretty good the first half, 52%, and mostly because it was moving. We didn't have one fast break basket. We didn't think we ran very good. Talked about that at halftime. We didn't shoot it very good from the 3, but I thought the ball was moving and we made some good plays. It just, it's a shame. You'll never know how hard it is to lose a game like that when the effort was there and maybe the skill wasn't.